All right, guys, here we are moving into the new year. About a week and a half. I don't have a calendar in front, but somewhere out there. And what I like to do at this time every year is take stock of where I am in the hobby. Now, certainly we talk about tactics and winning games and trying to build that narrative. I'm talking physical. I'm talking taking stock of miniatures. Where are you? What are you painting? What are you working on? What progress have you made? And what is taunting you from up there on the gaming shelf? So I like to reflect back, take stock, and make some projections into the new year. And certainly in terms of Warhammer 40,000 and BattleTech, these are kind of soft projections because you never quite know what's going to happen. Games Workshop might drop something amazing. You might get a great deal on an army that you just can't pass up. There might be a new tactical idea and you want to start trying it out. But I try to get a focus and a feel. So for the first time in a long time, for 2018, as of this podcast, it's 2018, I'm in really good shape. I've finished up all of my Cornate Berserkers. I've added some things to my Footdar. I'm working on some Necrons. The only open project, and this is going to be for next year, is my 3rd edition Tyranids. So I'm pretty set on that. And things are looking pretty good. Got to work on Genestealer Cults a little bit, but I really don't know what direction I want to take. I want to take that faction in. So from the 40K perspective, my bench is pretty clear and pretty free. Likewise, BattleTech, I am up to date on everything. I just finished painting up the last mech, a Goliath. All my clan stuff is done. So mech-wise, I was going to say I'm good. I'm good for now. Next year, I've got a couple of plans to work on both the mech side and also the hobby side. Board gaming. I'm making my way through Wrath of Ashardalon, Tomb of Annihilation, and I finished up Temple of Elemental Evil, getting them to a tabletop, kind of a tabletop quality, because these two games, as I built upon in my previous podcast, it's kind of like move, fight, loot, rinse and repeat, fight the boss at the end with a semi-random dungeon. They work. Yes, they're not Gloomhaven. Yes, they're not Mage Knight, but for the engine that powers them, they work. They're familiar with D&D, and the miniatures pull double duty because they are set in the D&D universe. So you can play them in the actual board game, and then you can push them out to your D&D campaigns on there. These games I find myself recently bringing to the gaming club and playing with some friends because they're really easy to pick up. They play fast. They kind of deliver that D&D experience. So I wanted to get them painted up to tabletop, ready to go. Almost done with those. Working on them. I want to say I'll have them finished by the new year. I've got a little bit of time off, and I want to catch up on that. So for next year, what's the plan? What's the challenge for next year? 40K, as I alluded to in my previous podcast, I want to get back to Tyranids. That doesn't mean I'm not going to show Necrons some love, some robot action there. Doesn't mean we're not going to get the Space Elf on, or the Chaos Glory, or the Grey Knights. I mean, or the Black Templars. That's going to continue. But one of the things that I enjoy in playing Tyranids is it's always a fun game. It's not Marine versus Marine action. Tyranids, there's not a lot of people that play them in my local meta. And the uniqueness, I really like some of the sculpts. The gargoyles, kind of the meatbag gargoyle I can do without. These are 3rd edition sculpts. But from that time period, you know, that kind of late 90s, the world hasn't ended yet, Games Workshop, some of the models are really nice. I mean, I really like the Carnifexes. I really like the Hive Tyrant. So I want to continue to build and flesh out that army, literally acquiring new models and pushing that forward. And a lot of January into February, I want to focus heavily on that, both hobby and tactics, figuring out from the pool of models from a 3rd edition army, how do we make this happen? On the other side for BattleTech, well, we've got the box set dropping, finally, in theory. It is Catalyst. So when that happens, they say January, that probably means March or April. I definitely want to move into that. Now, in reality, being honest, what more BattleTech stuff do I need out there? Well, you can never have enough stuff, but with a new Battletech's not a new edition, but with a new box set, with a new starter set, it's a chance to kind of revisit things. It's an exciting time. I mean, true with 40K. Anytime there's a new edition or a new launch or a new set, there's a certain amount of hype and enthusiasm in the game and a willingness to explore. I want to kind of ride that wave. I want to kind of beyond that, and also being a Battletech completionist, I think it'll fit and mesh in really, really well with my collection. So when we get that, we're going to build, we're going to paint. I'm going to do each mech in whatever color. I don't know. So this way we can get little quick multiplayer games on and explore it from there. Terrain-wise, this duality of Battletech, terrain-wise, I really want to complete, and I've been saying this forever, which just means kick it out to the new year. I want to complete my city fight, my kind of ruined buildings and my city fight building for Battletech. Now, I've lacked a little bit of motivation on that because my my Battletech friend Dave, an awesome player, awesome guy, complete perfectionist, amazing terrain, amazing miniatures. I've been piggybacking and riding off that because he brings the city fight anytime we want to do city fight. And it's hard to top his terrain on there. All the pictures on my blog with the city fight terrain are his. I'm going up against this Davian mechs. You know, we got the clan on clan. But I want to complete my set to either mix in or add or use it for a bigger game. So that's going to kind of push out on the list there. Chain of Command, World War II historicals. Germans are complete. I've got more tanks than I'll ever use. I've got early war Panzers. I've got mid. I've got late war with the heavy tanks. You know, the Tiger 2s, King Tiger, all that stuff. I'm good. I need to complete my Americans. I need to get motivated and complete the Americans. So this way, if we do a bigger game, I mean, I'm always playing the Germans, but if we do a bigger game, it's another option for someone on the other side to utilize. Regardless of the wargaming system, while I have my primary army and the primary things I always like to, in theory, include another army or have another army ready at the go in case a friend wants to play, and we'll kind of push through there. The final piece, board gaming, Dark Souls. I've been playing Dark Souls so much this year, both solo and with my friends. We haven't had a chance to play it. I mean, excuse me, to paint it on there. So it's constantly taunting me where I want to paint these miniatures up, I want to get it, but it's literally on my pile of games that play every week. So we're playing this. Plus, of course, with the release schedule just being absolutely awful and Steamforged just could not handle anything worse, getting the expansions out, getting the mega bosses out, and kind of the extra tile sets we're still waiting on. It's been bits and pieces, so I kind of wanted to get everything that I could before I start painting it, but who knows if we'll ever get all that, so I need to get that painted up. The other thing taunting me board game-wise is Conan. I love Conan by Monolith. I've got the expansions. We play that, I won't say weekly, but extensively every month or every couple of weeks, and it is an amazing game. But like Dark Souls, it taunts me on it because we're always playing it. It's like, look, I can't take this out of circulation, and I'm the only guy with it, so what are we going to do? Plus, the miniatures are a little bit intimidating. I don't know why, but I guess it's Conan. It's Crom. I can't let Crom down on there, but I need to get Souls, and I need to get Conan done and painted. The final piece, and this is going to depend on when it drops. I'm thinking it's June, July, August, somewhere around there. Zombicide Invader. I love the Zombicide franchise. I love how Zombicide plays. The chance to play it sci-fi just kind of pulled me all in, even though so many people are burned out on Zombicide everything. But I was really interested in capturing that feel and all those miniatures. I went all in. I went just, if it was there, I went all in. So whenever that arrives, that's going to be its own project. In terms of painting that, I have to really see the miniatures. But what I want to do, given the scope of the game and just how many miniatures a Zombicide game floods the table with, I want to do bright colors. I don't know what, I don't know where. I really don't want to paint yellows, but just really bright colors to make that wave of invaders pop. Although it seems like being power armor and kind of being very Tyranny looking based, and alien-based. It wants to favor kind of blacks, browns, darker colors, darker greens, and kind of more earth tones on there. But we'll see. But that's going to be a bigger project later on as it pushes through. So on your side for the hobby, just out of the curiosity, comments underneath this and link to my blog where we're going to post it and ask the question as we move into 2018. What were your accomplishments this year on the hobby side? What will we get to next year? And what is the plan moving in for next year with what you want to build and paint and model?